Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. The other day I was looking through some of my stuff from, like maybe the past, and I come across some pockets that I started making, and some of them got finished, some of them didn't. So I just thought today we'd take a look at them, and I would finish making the other ones. A couple of them just need decorated, the other one needs to be put together. But I thought we would just look at them. I have scrapbook paper on the outside, and it's a book page on the inside, and just a couple of tags to go in the front pocket, and a little word phrase, never stop exploring. And I just decorated it with a little bit of lace and a flower. I put Velcro on them. One thing I found with the scrapbooking paper and the book page makes them kind of stiff. Not heavy, but stiff. But let's see. There's a lot of room in them. You can use them for, putting tags in, papers, anything like that. I don't know if this one's too, I think this one's too long. But you could always fold it over. You can use them to put in your junk journal or your scrapbook. You can leave them free floating. You can glue them down, glue 2 sides, make a tuck, or glue 3 sides and have a pocket behind. I just thought they were cute, and it just kind of got pushed aside. On this one here was a little bit heavier, so my sides cracked. I don't think I would use scrapbook paper and the book page or the music paper together. I did it because it was just single-sided. And in the bigger ones, you can put bigger tags, bigger pieces of paper. And same with this one, it can be free floating or tucked, glued in. This one says cherish every moment, and I just made some little tags to put in here. I did a double pocket because this was all I had left of this paper, so I wanted to use it for the tags, so I just cut 2 pockets. And then I have these other little tags. Some of them are backed, a couple of them aren't. Now, when you make them the way that I did, it has the seam in the front and the bottom is folded up, so when you push your tag in, it kind of gets stuck on that bottom seam. I almost thought maybe you could put tape over it or something, but I didn't. I just made the smaller tags, and then I just put lace and a flower. And on this one, this is Give Thanks. I did some more lace and a flower. This background is really kind of bright, but I thought it went good with the red. And these can be journaled on the back, as are all of them. These ones that don't have the border around just have coffee dyed paper. This has a very lightweight cardstock. And then I just cut leftover paper and just made a little tab. And the same with this one. So this is really stiff also. Can put a little bit taller stuff in these. So, and there's a lot of space in there. So, if you leave them free floating, you can decorate the back. You could also add another pocket or more pockets, whatever you wanted to do with them. I just thought, as long as I come across them, it would be good to get them out, finish them. And then I thought, well, we could just, you know, I could do a video. You could see what I was doing. Give you another idea. So we'll put these aside. Now, the one that I didn't glue together yet is this little one. Now, let me see how long it is. I had to put a little piece of tape there because I tore my paper when I scored it. So this one is about 8 3/4 by let me see, about 5 3/8. And then I scored it at 2 1/4. 2 1/4, and then I turned it around and scored 2 3/8. And then on the short side, I scored at 3/8 and turned it around, did 1 1/8. So that was my scores. And then all I did was just glued them together. Let me see. Did I cut anything? Yes. I cut these off. And I cut these off. We just cut these off so it's not bulky. I just cut like on the inside of that, the outside of the score line here and the inside of it there, just to cut that off. I can't remember on the other ones if I angled these, but you can angle them, and it helps to, so you don't see that extra. So I think we'll angle these just a little bit. So how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a good day. Let's see. I know what I'm going to... I think I rounded these. So I'm not going to cut an angle in them. And I think I scored this one wrong to begin with. Okay, so it's the bottom score mark. And if it's not right, well, we'll have a little gap. Now, if you ever make little tiny pieces, little tiny tags, which sometimes I do, and that's not too much bigger than or too much smaller than what's laying right there. That's where these tags come, was from offcuts. You can make tags out of them. Will match your project. I will a lot of times make small tags as fill-ins. Let's see if that's right. Yep, that's right. Let me just cut a little tiny bit off of here so it doesn't catch on the flap. A little tiny bit here, because I didn't cut that very straight, not at all. and that's better. But anyways, I will a lot of times make small tags as fill-ins, especially if I have some smaller pockets. I think I'm going to cut this just a little tiny bit shorter. I'll cut this side just a little tiny bit shorter. And all that does is give you extra room for folding, and so it doesn't bind. There. Now let's see if this will go into my corner punch. Yes, it did. What did I do? Oh yeah, there we go. So this is the top one. Okay. Now all I do is just put a little bit of glue on this edge. And a little bit of glue on this edge, and that just catches both edges. Now I can't remember if I said or if I didn't say I added the extra paper because these were just single-sided. And I just wanted it to have something in there. Now I'm just going to glue the bottom. All you have to do is glue around this outside, and you won't glue the bottom of your envelope clear shut or your pocket. Some of my paper's coming loose. Okay, now, and that's all there is to finishing them little pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom pocket on. And this didn't get cut all the way across because this is what I had to work with. These were the cutoffs from the pocket. And I didn't want to cut into another big piece of paper just for a little tiny pocket. And they don't have to go all the way across. Now generally I would cut a thumb hole in the pocket, but since these are so small, I didn't, and I'm not going to. And now you can also ink around all this stuff. That one that I said my paper cracked, I inked around that one, just to try to cover up where the paper cracked. But it's your preference. You can ink them or you don't have to. Now on my pocket, I'm just going to put this on. It says "Take a Breath." This I had already mounted on this little label, and the paint goes good with it. So many things you can do to decorate this stuff. I didn't want to go too overboard. Now I'm going to have to trim these down because my Velcro has to go on there. So let me see, I'll just try my best to make a straight line. And I don't always do a very good job of that. So we'll cut these up to about there. I always cut wider on one side and shorter on the other. And then we'll just have to trim our papers to match them. I like to have everything cut out in advance, and then if you have to go back over it and modify it a little bit, well, that's just not hard. Now I'll just round my corners again. Funny, I walk all over picking up all these little tiny pieces of paper that I cut off with the corner punch. Because they just fly everywhere. I think these look like little jars, like little mason jars. I think they're just cute. So has everyone been doing a lot of crafting lately? Making a lot of nice things? I'm starting to get back into it more regularly. Hopefully I can stay there. I have a few things coming up that'll take a little time away maybe, but hopefully I can get videos done in advance. Now for my tags, I just cut 2 little circles. I just have to make sure. I might have to cut a little tiny bit off of the top of that. I just have to make sure that my little circles don't stick up too far because of the flap. I think I made these way too long. So maybe if I go down into the tag, let me just put a little mark there. See how that works. I think I'm going to glue both of these together, and I'll just leave a little tiny bit at the bottom. Leave a little opening. Then they'll they'll match a little bit better. No, that has to go down farther. Well, that wasn't a good idea. Okay, so after a little bit of thinking about it, the little round circles for the tabs wasn't a good idea. So all I'm going to do is glue these little pink flowers at the top, and I'll just make sure that they're down far enough where the little flap will close. And that will have to be good enough. That'll work. Might not be what I planned, but that'll work. Where there's a will, there's a way. That used to be an expression from like a long time ago. You can't fix something one way, you can fix it another. And they look cute with the little flowers on them. Just gives it a little extra something. So that's that. Now we're going to glue this lace onto the flap, and I'm going to use this glue because I think it holds lace better. I have to catch the spots where there's a little bit more substance there so it can hold the rest of it. And that won't even hurt them flowers at all. So we'll just trim the little edges. I might just trim that little corner. And I might just trim that little corner. Okay. Now I'm going to put one of these little blue flowers up there. But before I put the flower up there, I have to put my Velcro on. And these little Velcro dots are very, very sticky. So I just kind of place it like somewhere around in the center. And fold it over, hold it a second. Now if you have a bigger envelope, you could put one on each side. If it's very wide, you could put 3 on. So there we go with that. And we'll just set a flower somewhere around that part. So seeing how we have pink and blue, they go together good. Now this has the double-sided foam on it, which is pretty sticky, but I like to add a little bit more glue just to make for sure. So there's that one, and I think that one is very cute. Very cute. All right, now these other two, all we have to do is decorate them. Well, this one here, when I scored it in the wrong spot, but it kind of blends in. So we're just going to do the same thing with the pocket. And this is the seam that I was talking about. This is what the tags catch on. Now I don't know, you might be able to put something over it, but that's why I just made my tag shorter, because I didn't want to mess with it. And see, this one almost goes side to side, but not all the way. There's our pocket. And on our pocket, we're going to put this on real, not perfect. And that's true. They're real and they're not perfect. I like to think of my sentiments when I'm putting them on something. Okay. Now these pockets can be a little bit taller because that flap is up higher. These were offcuts of this. That's why the paper's on the back. So I'm just putting them on another background so they can be written on. I like to have a tag where you can write on the back of it. Pockets and tags. I like pockets and tags. My daughter makes fun of me. I think I'm going to have to fill my bottle. And all of these sure don't go on straight, I'll tell you. Well, we better leave it because my paper's coming off. So remember, it's real, it's not perfect. Good enough. Now, I just have some little offcuts for the tags. We'll see. We'll make sure that they're going to fit. Yeah, we'll put them down some. Maybe we'll just cut them a little shorter. Okay, we'll just cut them shorter. And we'll put them down a little bit. Make sure I don't have to worry about that moving up. I don't think I'm on camera. Now we'll just cut this one off a little ways. See how far we have to slide this over. Yeah, it's good. Have to remember, keep my hands up here. I get lost in my own little world. Okay, and there's that one. So then again, all of the stuff will fit down in there. And push that right down. And I'm going to use this lace. This is the right side. Now I think, because this lace is a little bit wider, I should be able to bring that around. Can put that to the edge and bring the other around and glue it on the back. So we'll see how that works. I just think the lace dresses them up. We're going to put this to the edge. Then we'll just put a little thin line. And bring that back around. So that works. Let me get my sticky paper. Okay. Now we can just cut these right off. Cut these right off. And then excuse me, even though we have like the cream color on our tags, no, I'm not putting that one on there. I'm putting a blue one on there. Yes, I almost put the wrong one on. I want a blue one on here, and that it's a little tiny different shade of blue, but I think it'll highlight it a little bit. So there we go, and there's that one. cool, huh? Hope you guys are sticking with me. I'm almost done. Now this last envelope is a long, skinny envelope. And this took a 12-inch paper with just these two tag toppers left over, the mats for the tags. So I'm going to put my pocket on. Now, all I did was used a piece of white paper so I could put this on here and decorate this with the apple and the cinnamon sticks. And give this one, let me see, I have writing back here. Give this one just a little bit different look. Now if I wanted to on this pocket, it's a little bit bigger, I could go ahead and put a little notch, but I'm not going to because you can tell the difference in the color. And I thought the colors in this went good with the design in the paper. And I think that's pretty, that goes good. And that can be journaled on the back. And that sits right down in there. And this one goes on the inside as a long pocket, a long tag. And we're going to put our Velcro on. It's kind of all repetition, but I wanted to leave the long one for last, just to show one a little bit different. I could say I left the best for last. Okay, now I'm going to put this lace on there. I think this is the right side. Now I'll have to undo this pocket so I can trim it to the pocket. And I'm going to set a white flower on there. Because I think the white flower will go better than any of the other colors that I have. Now, kind of thought about just using these as tabs, but you know what? Right now I don't think I'm going to put a tab on there because I don't know that that's what I want on there. So let me just move some of this stuff out of the way real quick. This video is starting to get a little lengthy. I'll just show you what we have. So we have these. And let me know in the comments what you think of the pockets. I think, let me see. This is one size. This one's a little bit smaller. And this is a little smaller. And then we have the two little ones. Let me see, am I running out of room? So, that's what I had in my stash, and that's what I had to finish up. And I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments if you liked my video. I just ask that you check out my other videos. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And come back and see me next time. Until then, happy crafting. Bye for now.